Hey everyone, Chuck here, Corner Store Card Collector with another video. Today I'm going to do a video response to that 70s card show. I did a video a couple of weeks ago. I know the expiration date on it was October 1st, but I still wanted to do one anyways. I didn't know that he was doing a video or a contest until I was watching Baseball Collector's channel yesterday. I was watching a video and he mentioned it in it. And I thought it would be a good idea for me to break out some of my 1970s cards and kind of show you some of my favorite 70s cards. So I hope you enjoy. With that being said, let's go ahead and switch the camera around. All right, so the 10 cards that I have selected as my favorites, and I have many favorites in my collection, but the 10 cards that I selected were all football cards from the 1970s. And like most videos, I started out in 1979 and worked my way to the older versions all the way up till all the way down to 1970. So here's my first one. The first one is this 1979 Topps James Lofton rookie card in a PSA 7. I was a fan of James Lofton, but he was very instrumental in the Super Bowl run for the Bills in the mid-90s. So he's one of my favorite players and is one of my favorite rookie cards. My second one is this 1978 Tony Dorsett rookie card. This was actually from my childhood. I know it's a PSA 5. However, this was from my childhood. So I'm keeping this card. I have other ones too, but this one is an original, so I'm keeping it. One of my favorites though, Tony Dorsett's rookie card. For 1977, I have this nice Ken Stabler in a PSA 7. Love the action shot of this card. If you look at Ken Stabler, you know, he's that macho man type look, kind of staring over the defensive line of the Chicago Bears. Really cool looking card. This is one of my favorites. Okay, my next card is this Walter Payton rookie card, and I have two of them. One of them is a PSA 5 and one is a PSA 4. The PSA 5 is miscut, but the reason why I have two of them is because over the years, I have lost track of which one was the original one that I pulled out of a 1976 pack back in 1976. So I got them mixed up. The other Walter Payton rookie I just bought a bunch of cards from somebody many years ago. I think it was like in the late 80s, and one of the cards was in it. But because I forgot which one was which, they're both joined at the hip now, so I keep both of them. This PSA 5 and then this PSA 4. Sorry for the glare. Okay, for 1975, not so much my favorite card, but this is a very expensive card. I actually pulled this from a pack about a year ago. I paid almost $200 for a pack, and I think it was about 150 bucks, but yeah, 150 to 200 bucks I paid for the pack. I sent this in for grading, knowing it was miscut, and I don't know why it didn't get a miscut. It got a PSA 5, when most cards that I send in with borders that look as bad as this, they always come back miscut. But anyways, I'm $50 on the grading, about $150 into the pack. So you're looking at 200 bucks, and this card's worth about $35. So I'm actually in the hole. Anyways, it's a nice Lynn Swan rookie. I thought I would do a little bit better. I thought it would have been higher. There's nothing else wrong with the card. I can't figure out why it got such a low grade unless that miscut grade knocked it down. That miscut there to the left. Anyways, Lynn Swan, 1975. My next one is this 1974 Terry Bradshaw, one of my favorite quarterbacks of the 1970s. Won the Super Bowl in 79 or 80. Actually, they won 4 Super Bowls in the 70s. Anyways, Terry Bradshaw, 1974. The next one is this 1973 George Blanda in a PSA 6. Again, a long-time football player. He's played, I think he was in the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, and 70s, so he did almost 4 decades. I think he was the all-time points leader for a long time. He still may be, I don't know, I haven't looked. anyways, one of my favorite cards, one of my favorite players, George Blanda. Okay, this 1972 Topps action card of Roger Staubach and a PSA 8, 1972. Obviously, his rookie card is in this year, too. I just love this action photo, though, and a PSA 8. Looks nice. Okay, this next card, this 1971 Chris Hamburger. Okay, not necessarily, I got some dog hair on here. Not necessarily my favorite card, but the reason why this card's important to me, or one of my favorite cards, is because, believe it or not, when I started collecting cards in the early 1970s, this card was my oldest card in my collection all the way through the early 1980s. I started collecting cards pretty regularly around 1974-75 time frame. My first pack of cards was bought by my father when I was, I think, 4 years old in 1972. But 74, 75 is, you know, far back as I can remember massively buying. Just can't wait to get to the store to buy cards. But anyways, there's this Chris Hamburger 1971 card was my oldest card in my collection for many years. So that's why it's one of my favorite cards. This isn't the actual one. I do have it somewhere. I had pulled this out of my binder, out of my 1971 set, just to kind of give you an example of what it was. And then finally, my last card is this 1970s Kellogg's O.J. Simpson in a PSA 9. Say what you will about O.J. Simpson. Off-field issues, I get it, but on-field, this man was miraculous. You know, growing up a Buffalo Bills fan, watching him in the early to mid 1970s, he was just a pleasure to watch. One of my favorite Bills players of all time. Again, in a PSA 9, I had picked this one up at the 2021 National Convention in Chicago. I picked this up. Really nice card. Oops, that's upside down. O.J. Simpson, 1970 Kellogg. So there you have it. Those are 10 of my favorite cards from the 1970s. Hopefully you enjoyed my video, and I'll chat with you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.